Hate you.
Hello, welcome everybody. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Therese, for making me laugh first thing in the morning. My name is Jo. My friends call me Joe Bob because I'm rednecker than you. Oh, Therese, you have no idea how happy it makes me to be here with you guys today. Joe Bob, I live in central New South Wales in a small country town. And we forgot to introduce ourselves last episode. Like, we're just getting together knitting. We're hoping that you enjoy coming and joining us. And you're just going to hear all about our knitting and our lives, the good, the bad, and the sad. And today I have some sad news. But before I go ahead with that, introduce yourselves, ladies.
Hi, I'm Liz from Liz Clothier Designs.
Go ahead,
I live
Liz.
in Las Vegas, so desert, far, far away from Joe. Totally different weather right now because she's like 100 below freezing and we're almost at 100 above freezing, so very interesting. And then here's our other compatriot, who is, if you haven't guessed, she likes the Steelers.
I am Therese.
Boo.
I am Therese.
Yes.
I live in the thumb coast of Michigan, right across from Canada. Like, I could throw a rock to Canada, which, I don't know.
Wow.
Whatever. We are a very small marine, everybody boats, everybody fishes, that kind of town. We live in a place where people want to vacation, which was my goal in life. So that's what I do.
Retirement.
No.
Lovely.
No, not retired. Just hanging out, hanging in.
Surviving.
And we're all pretty much roughly the same age.
Yep.
And we've been friends for quite a few years now. And we've been through the good, the bad, and the sad. So last night, guys, when I went to bed, I don't know if you've heard it on your news yet. You know, I don't have television. Where I live is a bush block in the middle of nowhere, and we can't get TV, and we can't get good mobile net access, and that's why I come and sit in my mobile office here and I knit and talk to everybody. But in our state on Sunday night, a beautiful wedding happened on Sunday at the Hunter Valley, which is a couple of hours drive from us here, and it's well known for its beautiful, beautiful vineyards and hot air ballooning. It's a real tourist destination towards the coast. So I'm in the centre. Hunter Valley is over before the coast, before the beach. A beautiful wedding happened, 100 guests, and of course, at the end of the night, I think at first they said 45, now they're saying 35, but they're not. The police are not naming names at the moment. Apparently, allegedly, 35 people got in the big coach bus to be transported back to their accommodation at Singleton, and the bus rolled, and they lost 10. It rolled on a big overpass roundabout, so like a freeway overpass, a very quiet road at that time of the night. The bus rolled and they lost 10 souls.
Terrible. That's so sad.
25 injured, 14 still in hospital a day and a half later, 2 in very critical condition. So, you know, our hearts are just, you know, really hurting for those people. A beautiful day, you know, a wonderful wedding celebration for a young couple. They had guests from all states, just about, from a few states. And then at 11:30 at night, that's what happened. So, yeah, that was very sad. And I went to bed last night thinking, you know, that's just such a tragedy. The bus driver has been charged with occasioning bodily grievous harm, whatever it's called, because allegedly some of the witnesses said, and they'll have evidence on CCTV cameras, that he was showing off and being a bit of a silly man. So a local man, unfortunately, you know, and he's got a wife and he's got kids. and he wasn't drunk. He was drug tested and alcohol tested, and the news is that it was none of those. Obviously, the mood in the bus was great, and everyone was having a lovely time reminiscing about what a great day it was. And unfortunately, 10 people died. So that was very sad, and I went to bed thinking about that. And then we're just going to keep going with this, girl, so don't mind me if I get a little bit upset. You've been through, yeah, I know it's okay. You've been through it with me when Toffee died and poor Solana died. But this morning, Jack woke me up to tell me that Karma, Karma, my beautiful 10-and-a-half-year-old golden retriever, had gone to sleep at the front door, which is lovely. She ate her dinner last night. She was very happy to see me last night when I came home, and she went to sleep at the front door where she likes to sleep, and she passed away during the early hours of this morning.
Oh, Joe.
So I'm a little bit sad about that, of course.
Joe.
Yeah. But I am very grateful that she wasn't ill. She hasn't been ill. She's been amazing, actually. She had a little bit of arthritis last winter, and I was worried about her rear end because, as you know, Toffee lost her legs at the end, and I had to take her to the vets to say goodbye to her. But Karma did it her way. She just went to sleep, and she didn't wake up this morning. So I'm a little bit sad, guys, but I still wanted to talk to you today. I didn't want you to can this. Because you know what? She's 10-and-a-half. She's had a really good life with us. And I've got her son Barney at home, which is really super nice. So now I'm down to now I'm down to the 3 Goldens. I've got Bee and Lolly and Barney. And it was really lovely this morning because when I was out there saying goodbye to Karma, Lolly came and put a rock at her head. Now, Lolly carries around the biggest chunky rocks, not a pebble. Lolly always carries around a big block of wood or a rock. And I thought, oh, my gosh, she's doing the burial ceremony, and she put the rock at Karma's head. And that made me cry even more because they know, and they'd been there with her. So, no, a little bit sad, but I'm okay. I'm okay because she did it her way. She just went to sleep and she didn't suffer. So there's that. So that's my sad news today. So the good news is I put my sheep placenta cream on to try and hide my red face and baggy skin. I think it's making a little bit of improvement. What do you think? Oh, what am I wearing, Therese? What am I wearing? So yes.
No. Here, let me look. Yeah. You have a lovely hat on. I love it so much. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Hell, I could wear
I love it.
Whatever, a scarf or I could wear a scarf.
It gives me great memories of my last visit in 2019.
Did you see?
Oh, gee. What happened in 2019, Therese? I was there at the hospital with my girlfriend watching on the big screen. No, watching on her hospital TV. While her husband and her son actually went to the match. Wasn't it snowing that February? January, February? It was. It was snowing.
Probably in Philadelphia. Yeah.
No, not in Philadelphia. Where was the Super Bowl? I mean, Philadelphia won, of course.
I don't care because it wasn't one of the 6th ones that we've won, but whatever.
Oh, now we're going to get into it.
It's not even football season. This is going to get ugly.
I love these
September.
two women because I love these two women because they live across the world from each other and they like teams on the opposite ends of the state that they don't live in.
I know, right?
It just cracks me up.
I used to live.
I know,
in
but it just cracks me up that you two found each other across the ocean so that you could argue over which Pennsylvania team's better.
My favorite hat, and how exciting to actually be there and watch it with my girlfriend. I mean, my girlfriend had a really rough time that year. She'd spent 30 odd days in a coma with her back surgery, and I got to go and sit with her for the week, and that was just magic to sit there with her. She couldn't, of course, leave the hospital. She couldn't fly to go to the match, and I got to sit there with her and watch that match. So that was pretty special to me, and it's my favourite hat. But what else am I wearing?
I've just calling it a match now.
Match. It's a match.
I'm going to call it a match.
Good girl. Okay.
Well, if
I'm
you
rubbing
two could
off on you.
stop gushing over Pennsylvania teams, it would be lovely if you two could send some support to my hockey team because they need one more win to win the Stanley Cup. So that would be lovely if you guys could send the Golden Knights some good wishes because
Okay.
they only need one more game and then they've got their first
team.
cup. So that
I didn't know you
nice.
I didn't know you owned a team, Liz. Your team?
I do. I own them. No, they were really good.
Have you guys watched Ryan Reynolds' doco about Wrexham on
part of it?
I love it.
Part of it.
I love it. I binge watch it, of course, as I do. I binge watch that whole season, and I'm ready for the next one when that appears in Australia. I love that. Therese, if we owned our own teams.
Well,
wow.
Our people in Vegas feel like we own the Knights because they were a very new team, and we had the shooting at the massacre, and they came out for our city, and they supported our city, and they donated, and they gave blood, and they drove people to blood donation centers, and we love our Knights. You know, we're the first city they were ever in. They're not a transplant team like every other team we have. So, you know, we love our Knights and we really want them to win.
And I'm also wearing, I feel like I'm going to branch out and get some different designers knit up like Liz Clothier. A Liz Clothier shawl coming to you soon. But this, I feel like the biggest liar in the world after your question last week, Liz, about mohair or alpaca. This is another woolen berry design, and I made this last year out of 100% local alpaca. It's beautiful.
So ooh, it is so pretty.
Favorite.
It's so squishy.
It is so squishy. So that's another one that I put on today just to keep me nice and soft and cozy. Oh gosh, I am Joe Bob, and I'm not afraid to frog cast-ons. Oh, I'm only going to knit what gives me great joy, and I frogged some stuff, guys, like some stuff that I was working on that I showed you last week.
Denise would be proud of you.
Should I just jump in here? I'm going to say this. Yeah. Okay. I do not like Addy sock wonder needles. I was knitting those socks, a tube, these little sock wonders. Don't like them. And I was knitting this tube thinking, this will be an interesting experiment to see what my tension's like. I'll knit this whole tube. Yeah, there's my sock. There's my sock now. I'll knit the whole tube, and then I was thinking I would get my DPNs out, my carbons, which I love. Actually, I need to find some more somewhere, and I can't find any. I need to I was going to do an experiment and do a tube in the sock wonder needles with the sock wonder needle, and then a tube with my DPNs, and I only did a few inches, and I thought, why am I torturing myself? This is ridiculous. It would be so much faster to frog it and just do it on the DPNs, which I enjoy. I really tried. I picked it up. I tried to do a row, and I probably did a row and a half and went, this is silly. I'm not enjoying it. Why am I doing it?
Don't do it if you're not enjoying it. You can get them on Amazon. That's where I get mine.
That's right. Needles are a big thing.
In 2017, I got these carbons. When I was in Philly last time, my girlfriend jumped on her computer and ordered them for me, and of course they were there the next day. But I like sets of 5, and I've got 5 there, and I've got 4 here. Really annoying. I lost one. I have searched high and low, so I could do, 2 at a time. But I can do still 2 at a time, and by that I mean do like the cuff and then start another cuff, do the heel and then do another heel. And I can still do that as long as I don't lose my spare. So I'll do 4 needles on each and then have a spare to go around.
What size are they?
So that's
What
you know
size
what I
are
was
those?
really. Oh, they're probably 2 mil, knowing me. The sock wonder was 2 mil. I'd say these are 2 mil or small. No, they'd be 2 mil. I don't think they say on them, Therese. I'll have to
They
find
wear
the
off.
Zero? Okay.
But
The
I know
carbons
I
wear
can.
off.
Yeah, I can do these 64 stitches and have a snug sock, or I can do 72 and have it like a looser sock. And instead of doing a tube, because I'm such a procrastinator and I've got that bag full of tubes with no heels, I went to this little book, which I've had forever. It's a box, actually. The little box of socks.
Is
It's
that
really
Charlene
cool.
Church?
Yeah. Have you got this, Therese?
Charlene Church. I have 2 of her books. I had them in physical, and then there was a tragedy, and so now I have them digitally. Charlene Church did sensational. Is it sensational socks or sensational knitted socks? There were 2 volumes, and she is the sock queen. She is.
I mean,
amazing.
I would think I've had this for about 15 or 20 years, I'm sure. You know, it's just got little, it's really cool because it's got the little card. So it's just a little card. Liz, have you seen these?
No,
Just
I haven't. That's really cool.
Yeah, so you're just carrying around a little card, well, a big card, it's like a Hallmark greeting card. And I've had this box forever, and I have probably only knit 1 or 2, maybe 2 pairs of socks out of here. So, and they're all different size needles, different gauges, of course, different yarns. Oh, this one I've made. This one I've made. The faceted sock.
Oh, pretty. That's really
faceted
pretty.
rib sock.
You can swap out the cuffs and the heels and the toes. You can swap them all out and pick and choose which ones you want.
Oh, well, I will just be looking at what the needle size is. But then again, you know what? If I knit a pair of socks and they don't fit me, they'll fit somebody else. But I do, yeah, look at this, cutie. It's kind of reminiscent of Mr. West.
It is. Very fun looking.
Yeah, for sure.
So I pulled this box out. Oh, fluffing my stash. Bloody hell. I have fluffed my stash so much it's in shock right now. So yeah, I pulled this out for the 1500th time, and I will cast on something with that. And I also frogged my murder knit shawl. Sorry, Tabitha, don't kill me. I just, it's the yarn again. I feel like I need help with. It's the I'm got to find the right yarn. That Bendigo Woolen Mills 8-ply was a 3-ply together, and it's machine milled in such a way it was like a crepe, and it was too rigid. Like it was, I don't know what to make with that. Maybe a baby blanket or a dog blanket or something, but it was a yarn. I did half the ball. I did 200 meters, and it was just, it wouldn't matter if you did a larger needle. It's just really rigid wool and has no sort of drape or sway in it, no give in it at all. And then I even thought about just giving it away to the charity store, because I really can't imagine what I would make with that. And I've got a few of those at home of different colours. So 2 things I frogged. And I am loving working on. Oh, I went to the movies.
Oh, good. Did you get scared?
Do you know what I hate? It was an adaptation of Stephen King. I feel like there was a comedian here in Australia who used to go, you know what I hate? You know what I hate? I hate it when you spit out the window and the window's up. I hate that. Yeah. Rodney Rood, I think his name was. And he used to do all the, you know what I hate. So you know what I hate? I hate when you're sitting. I was up the back by myself, and it was dark, and I thought it was going to be really scary. And they did really silly scenes like the old classic, I need to go down to the basement. Let me flick the light switch. Oh, no, there's no light. Shall I go down the stairs into the dark basement where the boogeyman might be? Yes, I'll go down those stairs. And I was like, oh, how
And we're
predictable.
all screaming, "Don't go
Seriously.
down there!" Yeah.
And
Don't
like,
go
don't
down the
go
stairs.
down the stairs. And the young lady who's cast in the movie as the teenage daughter must have been in her early 20s. It was kind of weird. But who am I to criticise? I'm no actress.
Yeah.
I decided to just skein these up. So that's my Lady
You are.
Di yarn. Doesn't look too bad like that. Lots of white.
No.
And there's my highlighter yellow from Fibre Lily. I think she calls it Flurello. So I skeined them up. I've still got to skein the other Flurello ball. And I need to decide. And I floofed my stash and I went through pattern after pattern after pattern. I thought about the Mentha shawl with a brioche, and then I thought, no, I'm not in the mood. And I am going to go through my Melanie Berg books. I've got the 2 books here still in the car. And you're right, Liz, I'll probably find a shawl there with 2 colours. Just a little bit of colour work to do that.
Oh, for sure.
So I did that.
I broke down and bought something.
Did you? What?
Yes. I got
How
the
dare you?
Delightful Works bag, the little Delightful Works shark bag.
You did
And then
too.
I got these 2 skeins for Tabitha to use as gifts for Summer of Murder.
No.
And it's
Oh,
skirted,
well, I'm not going to
skirted
win.
fleece mill,
You're ready.
and they're called 40 wax.
Wow.
So I thought they were perfect for murder knits.
Whoa.
And it's
Wow.
100% BFL DK.
How am
So
I
it's a
going to win
wool
Ooh, I
that?
like those.
Yeah, 40 wax. And they were on Etsy. And they were only $14 a skein.
Wow.
146 yards.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got these for Tabitha for skirted fleece mill. That's the name of it.
Oh,
And they're 100% BFL, which is not usually my thing, but I thought, somebody would really like them for part of the giveaways
Those are
for Murder Knit.
amazing.
yeah. I'd like to win those, please, but you know what? I need to actually knit something.
You just have to take a picture of you knitting something while you watch a podcast every once in a while.
Can
Or
you
can
just
wait till the very end.
Nope.
Can you just excuse me while I just get something out of my storeroom? I did
Sure.
forget because
Okay.
I was upset about
trunk.
Palmer. I'll be right back.
Right.
She means the trunk.
Therese,
She's gone in
don't show
in the
anything.
bunker.
Don't show
In
anything
the
until I
bunker.
come back.
Yes.
I've just got something in my storeroom. Hang on.
Full disclosure, it's not a body. At least I don't think
Oh, I
so.
hope not, because we don't need to be accessories to that.
Jo knows better than that. She's watched enough true crime.
No, she's watched enough murder knits to know. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
There she is.
I need an assistant. I need a backseat driver to assist me. I'll show you those in a minute. My purchases, not really.
Joe Bob.
Sort of, kind of.
Joe
Yes.
Bob, what are you wearing?
Yes.
What is that scarf you're wearing?
The one that you knit last year, you didn't say the name of it. Do you remember the name?
So your shawl that you're wearing right now. Not your hat.
Oh.
Nobody cares about your hat. We want to see your shawl that you're wearing.
Therese doesn't care about your hat.
I don't care
My
about
hat's
your
the
hat.
best thing.
Fuck off with
My-
that.
You know my hat is the best thing that I'm wearing.
No, it's not.
No, it is not.
What's the shawl that you're wearing? Is
Shut
that
up.
a
I'm not telling. I'm
Lord.
not telling you now.
okay?
I
Okay.
think it might be. It's a spring something. I think it might be it's a spring something. Like I'm doing the spring street, which I've got to talk about. What could it be? I can't remember now. It's a spring something because I'm doing the spring bloom. I'm doing the spring street. It's a spring something. It's a something with diamonds. You'll find it if you look on the Woolenberry website or on Ravelry. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
yeah. That's what I mean. I'm gonna knit another designer like the fabulous Liz Clothier next.
Yep,
Oh,
you'll be getting the pattern tomorrow for test
Thank
knitting.
you. Well, I've just last time we podcast for me here was a Thursday morning, and I have not been home Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yesterday was the King's birthday holiday. I've not sat down to knit, only like an hour or so after I get home in the evenings. But now I've got 3 days off. I've got to go home and feed Murray today. Murray's going really well, everybody. He's a week old.
Oh, yay, Murray.
Millie was taking him to school today, and I said, oh, no, if you make his bottles, I will stay home with him and feed him. So he's had a feed just before we drop the girls off.
You are sucker.
An enabler.
Yep.
You are such an enabler.
You are sucked in.
Murray. And then we had the discussion this morning if we were keeping Murray or giving him back. And I said, well, does Bill want him back? And she said, yeah, to eat him. And I said, no, we'll just forget about telling Bill how it's going then. We'll just keep Murray. So I'm voting for keeping Murray and having a big merino ram.
I have a story that's similar to that. So when we were training horses in West Virginia, you had to go to Ohio to a hay sale. And so you go and you'd bid on, so you go through the whole place and everybody'd have their hay and their straw and their this and their that. And you'd bid on it, auction, whatever. And then at night they would have other auctions. So we went and I saw this sheep that I wanted. I was like, oh, look at this sheep. He's so cool. And they were like, well, no, it was a goat. I thought it was a goat. And then, but he was a different kind of goat. But I was like, I don't care. I'm not prejudiced. I'll have any kind of goat. I don't care if he's deformed or whatever. And all these people were bidding on rabbits and, all these critters. And I'm like, oh, look how nice these people are. They're taking in all these rabbits. And David's like, you do know that they're going to eat them. I'm like, no, you don't eat rabbits. You don't auction and bid on rabbits. No, they're all pets. No, they're not. And rabbits. So the goat that I was bidding on was actually a sheep. I don't know. I just see an animal that needs.
Yeah, some look similar. They do.
Well, he was a big goat. He's a big goat. But the fact that people were not buying these bunnies for pets, they were eating them. That was a little different for me. So.
Murray went to a sale on Friday. He went to a bull sale with Millie and Bill. They took him to a bull sale.
Murray gets around.
These are my friends. Look at my friends.
You need to get a little GoPro camera and put it on Murray's back so that you can record where he goes.
A GoPro.
GoPro.
He's now got a big playpen. You know those playpens with like 3-foot panels, and you put the steel through them, and you can have all different shaped and large ones. Well, I've got a lot of those panels from when I used to have puppies. And Murray is now in the middle of the living room, taking up all the living room space with paper down and his blankie and a bed, and he's got a little dog coat on today. And Murray has his own playpen now.
Murray's spoiled.
And I was thinking when we were leaving home, I was looking at the cat, and I'm like, please do not put a cowboy hat on and ride Murray while I'm not home. Please do not. Torture Murray.
So, Joe Bob, will you be knitting a Stephen West sweater for Murray?
That's a good idea. Oh, he's growing very well, but he's really skinny. There's lots of lamb jumpers online that the farmers asked for years ago if people could knit them. And, that's what he has, a few of the old lamb jumpers made out of acrylic. But they stretch out of shape, and here's a little PP, and he does PP all over it. So Millie is even telling me how to design this thing so he has plenty of room for his little Willie.
Like a poncho. Like a poncho. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have his very own poncho. But he's really, he's thin and lean and then got those big hoofs and he does lots of wheeze. I mean, he's worse than a puppy. He doesn't just stand there and do 2 wheeze. No, he does 3 or 4 and walks around the house and wheezes some more. He's lucky he's not lamb chop already. So, yeah, apparently I will be making him a coat. Apparently
you can talk to
that's going to
Cheryl from
happen.
Wise Owl Knits to see if she could downsize one of her swanchos
Yes.
for Murray.
Oh, I was watching. Okay, so her podcast I watched in entirety. Have you seen the shark she made?
Yeah, it's very cute.
How cute. She's so clever. So how cute is that? Whipped it up
Very.
in a week and is writing the pattern for Shark Week. So if anybody is looking, for an idea for Shark Week, look out for Wise Owl Knits Fibercast. And she has a website, Wise Owl Knits, and I'm sure Cheryl will be releasing that pattern very, very soon.
I think so.
I believe so.
Oh. Definitely. So that was nice watching her. So that's the podcast that I watched this week. I'm sorry, Therese, I didn't get to the podcast that you recommended to me. Let me have a look what it was.
I don't know.
I remember because I wrote it down. That's the only way I remember.
Write it down. Let's look.
It was a friend one. What was it called? Faithful Hands podcast in Kentucky.
Fruitful Hands.
Oh, Fruitful.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't even read my own
Hands.
writing today.
You're very good.
My eyes are a bit sore. Sorry. So Fruitful Hands podcast in Kentucky, that will maybe be on my list for today.
That's okay.
But I once I started watching Cheryl's Fibercast, I couldn't stop, so I watched all of them. And I know Tabitha did her cabled swan show. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it. She did hers in an 8-ply. Cheryl was saying it's sort of like a worsted pattern, but looks good in the 8-ply. And I was looking at it thinking maybe I could be convinced to do cables, but not if it's only charted is my only issue. Right. If it's written, I can do it. But if it's only charted, I'm not going to use my brain power.
I can't do cables I can, but I don't want to.
We can, but yeah, we're of that age where. I don't want to.
Now,
that's
crochet.
Cannot. That's why I had it written out in the cardigan.
I know, and that's why you love us.
Asked me for, written instructions as opposed to just charts.
It's super, super helpful, Liz. And honestly, I will bypass the prettiest pattern in the world if it's just charts. And I get really disappointed when I buy a pattern, print it out, and realize it's only charts. And I won't knit it. I'm lazy and I don't want to deal with that. I could write it all out, I guess. But sometimes when you get 3, 4, 5 charts for one sweater, if it's only a little chart like the throw over that I did from Andrea Mary, it's just like 4 or 6 stitches. That's it. That's easy peasy. But
if it's the yoke or something,
no,
that's fine. But the whole thing,
work. No. Yeah, for colour work, I don't mind when it's only colour work and you can sort of count across and see the different colours. You can even get a texture out and colour the graph. But no, when it's cables, I bypass it. I probably missed a lot of really beautiful patterns because I'm a lazy knitter.
Same.
Well, I'm making an effort of putting the written instructions in on patterns with cables. So luckily, the app I use to generate charts will provide the written instructions with the chart. So that's.
So Liz, were you knitting a second? Sorry, Liz, were you knitting a second sample of your shawl?
I did because I wanted to test the pattern before I got it to the test knitters, and I finished it last night, but it's blocking. So as soon as I get it blocked, I'll take pictures. It's I did it in Weird Sister Wool, her Shark Week color from last year. It's a turquoise as opposed to the misunderstood color that was Tina's with the gray and the pink and the white. Riley says when you hold them together, it looks like before and after the shark attack. Because the one is all turquoisey water and the other one looks like there's blood in the water. So yeah. But yeah, I knit a second one, just wanted to test it for my counts. Because I've never designed a shawl before. So I wanted to make sure all my counts were right before I sent it to test knitters, which is going out tomorrow. So
nice.
And it's 1 skein and 1 mini skein. one skein fingering and one mini skein. So probably do it in a week.
I haven't touched. I have a confession to make. I haven't touched this shawl.
Aw, so pretty.
Because I found. Yeah, but I found a boo-boo.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And it's just you know where you just knit and do a yarn over, and on the reverse side I have knit the knit stitch first. The yarn over was curled over it, so one of my yarn overs is in the wrong spot and I can see it. Nobody else will probably ever see it, and I thought, oh gosh, when I block it out a bit. Anyway, I have decided this morning, I've thought about frogging it. I've done all of this, and I thought about frogging it.
Oh, wow.
And then I thought, frogging it back because it's way back at the beginning.
Oh, that's
Joe,
a lot of frogging.
Obviously,
Joe?
I wasn't watching. Yeah, I'm not going to. I was up until this morning.
Can you
I
see
was
it from a galloping horse? No.
No.
No,
What
You
she
have to
said.
do the galloping horse thing.
One,
Yes.
two. You know what? It's on the 3rd repeat, and I'm already up to the 15th repeat. So, I am going to leave it. It's just set into the leaf one stitch. So, it's a really dumb mistake, but I've almost done it so many times. When I'm watching it, of course, I can see it's the yarn over that's curled over, and I've got to pull the stitches out, and then because to knit, I don't know about you girls, I jam my stitches up like this to knit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, so they're all jammed up. Yep. And if I hadn't have done that, if I had have knit properly, I don't know what's proper or not. If I had have knit with everything spread out on the needle like that, I would have seen that the yarn over was curled over the stitch.
Yep.
So yeah, I just accidentally on the wrong side row. I know it's there, but nobody else in the whole wide world now because nobody's watching us. I'm going to keep going with it. I'll keep going with it.
Hey, if it really bothers you,
to go and it's finished.
If it really bothers you, just
put it this
embroider a little something on it. Embroider a little bug or a little butterfly or something on it.
Nothing.
No, because it's a gift. It's a gift for somebody else, and I'm sure her eyesight's even worse than mine, and she won't see it. If it was for me, I would have frogged it because I would always wear it knowing that little mistake at the front, right in the damn middle. Oh, and I'm just so in love. Now I know why this is the 3rd one of these. Look at this. I love this.
That is pretty.
I love. Oh, hang on, back here. I love
that yarn is looking really pretty.
Look at that.
Look at it. It's growing. I've only done 3 sections of the lace.
That is,
and I've got only 2 more to go. Look, it is ridiculous how much fun this is to knit.
What pattern is that, Joe?
I love it.
What pattern is that?
Well, see, this is the one that this is, I'm going to change designers next week. This is Woolenberry. This is Janina Callio, and it's her Spring Bloom shawl from 2018. And it really is. I know why I love it so much because there's the garter stitch in between. And it's just like, I'll just do one lot of lace and then I'm doing the garter stitch.
Right. That's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It just makes it so much fun to knit. Those little variations make it so much fun. And it's the lace in the hand spun, of course, doesn't look like anything until it's blocked and flattens out. But I'm a really, really aggressive blocker, and I can't do it on this because the merino in some parts, even double plied, is lace weight. It's tiny thin, and I think if I aggressively block this merino silk, it'll just break apart. So I'm just going to give it a steam, I think, and I'm keeping it.
It's gorgeous.
I'm not giving this one away.
You shouldn't.
Yeah. So I don't need to.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I don't need to block it to show the world the lace part. I don't need to block it heavily. I will just give it a steam, and I will start wearing it next week. It'll be finished It'll be finished by next week, before next week.
Nice.
And I don't know what you girls do, but I'm really naughty, and I do knot my yarns at the end. I do. I always have. My nan taught me to always, knot and then weave in. So I just fold them over once while I'm knitting it in case, they stretch out and I need to loosen the tension on the knots. But before I wash it and block it, I do knot them. Just do a over and under and then go back the other way. So it's just a flat knot. I don't know what that knot's called, but just a flat knot. So yeah, that's probably one of my biggest knitting faux pas that I do, is that I tie my knots, because I would hate to give something, a garment or a shawl, to somebody and it falls apart, or it loosens where the weaving is.
Yeah, it's more prevalent now. I don't, because when I was taught to crochet, I was taught never to knot, because you could feel the knots, because crochet is denser. So if you have a knot, you can feel it. So I don't knot, but I weave in back and forth to make sure nothing comes out. But I see a lot of TikToks and a lot of Instagrams, people showing how to do different knots.
Really?
Yeah.
Because if you weave in and out on a light lofty shawl, then you're going to have a thick bit there. I weave it across and then back again. That's what I do, and then I give it the old chopperoo. And I don't do just a few stitches. Like, I probably would weave in about 7 or 8 stitches across and then move back again along the bottom line of those stitches.
Well, I haven't made that many shawls. And most of the ones I've made were Stephen West's, where the color changes were mostly on the edges. So I just weave it in through the I-cord.
Or do the weave in Stephen.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. I saw another one, too, that was really cool, where you take your end and you fold it and you knit a couple stitches. So there's a loop. And then you loop the next one through. Yeah. Yes. And then you make another loop on the other side and you knit.
I saw that today. Yeah, I want to try that. And then yes.
But no, I've never knotted, just because I always hear it in my grandmother's head, or my grandmother's voice telling me don't knot your crochet. Okay. So I never have.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I would never ever knot something mid-row, or only maybe 1 or 2 stitches in. I would consider changing colours or changing yarn, but never ever mid-row. Always at the end, no matter how much yarn I'm wasting. My nan taught me, and I do a tidy little knot at the end when I've sort of stretched it out or steamed it out and had a look at it, and then before I wash it and block it proper, everything will be knotted and woven in.
But that's what works for you.
So I'm a bit naughty.
A
lot of people would be. Well, a lot of knitters would be horrified. That's a no-no to do those little knots.
We don't judge. We just want you to enjoy your knitting. Well, Joe judges.
I judge. Hey, listen, I don't care. You get it all from me. I'm unfiltered and probably self-opinionated. Stubborn, bossy. I judge. I'm natural. It's human nature.
Sounds like she's talking about us, Therese. Those descriptions describe us too.
She would totally judge me, because I have, and you're not going to see it for another, 3 months. But I started a crochet poncho, and look at this. I knotted. And I will weave them in later. Now, you're not going to see this until probably September, because I don't need a poncho until at least October. But so I got to the end, and so when I change balls in knitting, I do the Stephen Weaving Stephen. That's what it's called. But I don't know how to do that in crochet. So I just tied a knot, and here I leave, lengths, and I'll weave them in. Unfortunately, this was at the point, so it's going to be a little tricky, but it's okay. I don't.
Will it reinforce the point?
What's that?
If you go up and down that point where you weave in, will it reinforce the point and make it a nice shape?
I don't know. I don't care. I, I don't my I don't care. Like, oh, maybe
Okay.
this will be bad. I don't know. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know. This is going to go away for probably 3 months because I don't need it right now. I got to focus on my summer projects, my summer murder, my summer of this, summer of that, summer of whatever. And this is not part of them. But anyway,
How much left have you got to do? Why have you set it aside? Just because it's warm weather, or are you at a tricky bit?
It's a fall winter project. And it's crochet, so it goes really quick. So I don't need to worry. If I finish it in July, I can't wear it. But
yeah,
so now I have to work on a murder knits cardigan on size 4s. Anyway, so I have to worry about other stuff right now.
Okay. And what's the wool?
And the Shark Week thing, and the sock thing, and the what?
What's the yarn?
That yarn is, here we go. It's Hobby Lobby. It's Hobby Lobby, which everybody hates. That's okay. It's Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. And it's just maroon and white, and it's. I will wear a poncho in this, and it will be amazing. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's my. So, and I'm working on socks, and I'm working on. I might try to apply that spinning I showed last week to make a murder knit shawl for Shark Week, or if I don't, then it will go into my Penguono
station.
Oh,
Penguono station.
I don't mind a single ply. I quite like a single ply, Therese.
Not single ply, double ply. I'm going to ply it.
Okay.
That's what I do. Well, whatever. Or not.
Okay.
So Joe, have you figured out your Shark Week project yet, Joe?
Yes. What's your Shark Week project, Joe?
It's all up here. It's all up here. It's
up in your Eagles.
Up in my
yeah,
up in my successful team hat.
Successful team. You won 1 Super Bowl in the history of the world. Okay.
Go Eagles. Anyway, yes, I haven't drawn it out yet. No, I haven't done my graphic yet. But it's the Joe Bob beanie, of course. It's a Joe Bob beanie. I think because it's DK, it will not have a double brim. It will be a single brimmed hat. Yes.
Okay.
It will be. It will be a single brimmed hat. It will be amazing. Oh, it could be a double brim. I mean, it gets cold enough here. Not snowing like some places, but yeah. It's all up here. It's all up in the head, and it's churning around in my mind. It's going to be amazing, and I have to get it done in a week because I'm not frogging it. It'll be amazing. Patriotic colours. I said earlier you made a big fat liar out of me when you asked about whether I like alpaca or mohair. Guess what I did on Saturday? And this, you know what, judgmental people out there, this is why I have thousands and thousands and thousands of balls and skeins of yarn, okay? This is why. What did I buy last week? 30 balls? Oh, that's coming tomorrow from Skeins. How fast is that?
Oh, nice.
Less than a week.
Super fast.
Expected delivery tomorrow. So those, I think they're 50-gram balls, 30 balls. Yep, 30 balls are coming from Skeins. And then are you ready? I went to the local market and I walked up to a friend's table and I picked up her black alpaca that she just had a couple of balls. And I bought 3 balls off her last year of black suri from the same alpaca. And I'm going to team it up with, I'll show you. I bought them because I was thinking about making a birds of a feather shawl. Because I have
alpaca.
this. Yeah, but it's
so
black
pretty.
suri. I'm going to team it up with the Rowan Kid Silk Haze that I've had in my stash for over 15, 16 years.
Nice.
Right, with a sparkle. I don't know if you can see the... Oh, yeah, you can see the sparkle.
That's so nice.
Right.
That'll be pretty.
So I have 4 balls of this Kid Silk Haze. It's been in my stash for 100 years, and I'm going to team up. And I had just mentioned to her last year, at the end of last year in the stinking hot summer, do you have any more of this black? Because it's so hard to get a natural black. And she said, oh, yeah, I've got some at home. Maybe not 8-ply, 5-ply, I don't know, 4-ply. And she didn't know what she had at home. And I said, can you bring it for me so I can have a look? Oh, yes, and never did. Look, it's now the middle of the year, guys, right? So I walked past her on Saturday. I stop at her stall, and she pips up with, oh, I've got 10 balls of that alpaca you wanted. And I said, what are you talking about? I could not remember our conversation. And then she said, oh, you asked me for alpaca. And I'm like, yeah, black, yeah. And I said, yeah, I want a sweater's quantity. Have you got it? Where is it? Oh, it might be at home.
Okay.
And I said, well, you know what? I'm in town today for a few hours. Why don't you find somebody to go and get it? She lives like 40 minutes away. I said, I'd love to buy it off you. How much have you got? What's it going to cost me? Because we'd never even discussed it. It was just a throwaway. Have you got any natural black at home? Because it's so hard to get. So she got her husband to turn up about an hour later with...
Wow.
Oh, hang on. Can you see that guy? Oh, wrong spot. There.
Oh, there it is.
Natural.
Oh, that looks so soft.
It's such a nice black. There you go with the light on it. There you go.
Ugh.
A beautiful natural black.
Ugh.
She says 5-ply, but it's looking like a fingering weight for sure. It's not a sport weight. 100 grams, no idea of how many meters, 100% alpaca, and cost me $22. So 100 grams cost me $22. $22.
That's for alpaca.
It's fantastic. I think that's mates rates. I really think that's mates rates, because anybody else, no, I don't think she's. And because I'm taking everything she had from the one combination. So this is her alpaca called Cosima and another one called Locket together. And I've got everything that was shorn off them, which is 1,200 grams. So I've got 12, $22 each. Kill me now. Don't tell my husband. Oh, it's got fluff. It's got fluff. And this is the thing. Why would I ever knit with black? It's going to have cat hair and dog hair all over it. And my hair. Silver hair, don't care.
Yeah.
So here I am, big fat liar, saying, wait till you see my mohair. And now I've got Locket and Cosima's coat fleece from the last couple of years. So this must have been processed last year. I've got 1,200 grams. 12, 4-ply. So it's fingering, definitely fingering, not 5-ply. She can call it what she likes, but it's not 5-ply.
What are you going to do with it?
What am I going to do with it? I think a sweater, because but then a sweater's going to drape and fall. And then I thought, well, do I put the kid silk do I put this? I did think, well, do I put this with it to give it structure? But guess what? I don't have enough. I only have 800 meters of it. So I don't. If I wanted to do an espace tricot plain sweater, so I've been you can believe I have been in my stash like all night long. And then I thought, well, what about this beautiful Plissade Algasoy? I've just murdered the name of it. It's 70% alpaca and 30% silk. It's a lace weight the same, like 25 grams is 210 meters or 229 yards. Look at this beauty in black and grey. And
that's pretty too.
It's nice.
Yeah, but I only have 3 of those, so that's only 600 meters. Why do I not buy sweater quantities of
Well, why can't
lace?
do you have enough that you can mix it? Because you can mix,
Girlfriend, you underestimate me. You underestimate me.
No,
And
I
then
don't.
I went fluffing some more in my stash, some more. Oh, hang on. I've got to get used to this camera. Handmaiden again. This guy's in Canada. Handmaiden again. Handmaiden.
Okay. Yep.
This is one of a kind, super kid silk, 70% fine kid mohair, and 30% silk in the color ebony, which is actually, do you remember last week we were talking about deep dark chocolate? I hope to get the light right. Look, there you go. Deep dark.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's got I thought it was black when I first picked it up in the shop. Deep dark chocolate. Sorry, Amy, hang on. Hang on, where can I show you? See, that looks black, right?
Come on, Amy.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Sorry, Amy. I've got to work out where there you go.
That's
Deep
good.
dark
We can see it. Yeah.
I have in my, God damn, like tub number 73, I have how many meters in each one? 400 meters. So I have 400 meters, 800 meters, ta-da, 1,200 meters.
Same exact number, huh?
There you go.
Chocolate brown, really chocolate, deepest brown. That under the wrong light, it looks black, but there it is. What do you think,
That'll
girls?
be really pretty. That'll be pretty together.
Yep.
Yep. What do you think?
Yeah.
It looks amazing. Yeah.
You just have to decide what you want to make.
Look at that. Will people be looking at me thinking, is she wearing black or brown? That, that question, is it navy? Is it?
Nobody cares, Joe.
No, it'll be fine.
Oh, yes, they do. How dare you? I'm offended by that comment. Of course I care. I want to be the one out
there. You shouldn't. Yeah.
No, I don't give a shit. You know I don't give a shit.
Right.
But I do give a toss that I spent freaking hours, flipping hours and hours, and then I forgot I had it. And I was saying to David, I'm going to have to send you to the yarn store because I need more of this. Gee, I wish I'd bought more of this. This is like clouds of air. This is gorgeous, this stuff. This is beautiful, beautiful. Plassard Algosoy. I don't know how to say it. Where is it made? Is it French? Made in France. There you go. Made in Belgium. Hey, you got to read the tags. Made in Belgium, created in France. What is that supposed to mean?
Made in Belgium,
probably
in France.
It might mean the main company's in France, but it's produced in Belgium. Like they come up with colorways in France. I don't know.
Oh, it's so cute. It even has a little garment saying T40 6 pollutes. I guess that means 6 of these make a sweater. And I only have 3 because I only think about teaming it up with fingering for shawls. Plassard, www.liners-plassard.com, Well, I have some more of this at home in beautiful autumnal colours. And I just keep collecting it because it feels like nothing. It's, so beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, what is this?
So that's it. I can feel an alpaca / mohair silk sweater in my horizon. Chocolate brown and black, and then whatever's left, because there's going to be half of this is going to be left over, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Throw in your penguano.
I think a bird's of it. Yeah, I think
penguano. Put it in your penguano.
No, not in my penguano. I mean, could you imagine shawls in this with colour work? It's going to be stunning. So I am a mohair girl knitting in alpaca soon. I'm going to cast on a sweater. I wonder what size I'll do. I'll have to go through all that agony because I'm not going to swatch. I never swatch. I'll just have to work out a size that I think might fit my bust line, and I know the alpaca is going to grow. So by the time I get it on, it might be quite a slouchy, comfy sweater. That's
Swatches
my
lie.
fluffing for this.
Okay.
Swatches lie. They do.
Swatches
They
lie.
do. Yes, they lie.
So together, what will they be? A 4, maybe just a sport weight, or a 7-ply, 8-ply. It's not going to be a worsted weight jumper.
No, but they'll fluff up once you block them too, though.
Yeah. So I kind of don't know what I'm going to knit with it, but of course I talked about it with this lady about 8 months ago, and she decided she was finally going to sell it to me. Perhaps she was trying to keep it for herself and decided no, she'd like my money instead, which I'm very grateful for. So yeah, there's another 12 balls to add to my 30 balls from last week. That's how I get thousands of balls
Joe,
of skeins.
Joe, you're making a rookie mistake. You never refer to it by the number of yarn balls.
No.
Because that makes it seem like there's more. Once you start saying how many balls of yarn there are, it seems like it's more. You go by grams, because then it seems like it's less.
I go by tubs. Because you can actually squish 100 balls into a tub, like a 35 litre, 40 litre tub. So I go by tubs. Yeah. I go by how much I can squish in a tub, and now I need another tub. And then the skeins yarn's going to turn up, and I'm really, really excited about that.
Turn up. Just unexpectedly. We didn't ask for it. It's just going to turn up.
Well, you had to buy it, so, right? Because if you hadn't bought it, Tabitha might have bought all of Marie's yarn.
Yes.
You're saving Tabitha by buying it.
No, Tabitha said she only likes to buy Southlander, which I have never, or I can't say never. I don't know what's in that big, giant tub of skeins I've got at home. I don't think that I've got Southlander at all, to be honest with you. I think I would remember that. I've got a lot of New Zealand wool, and it's all in one big tub together. So I've got Ashford's to Capo, which I knit those two Ninil Chink Swanchos. Is that how you say it? Ninil Chink? Chick? Ninil Chick Swancho. I knit those two in. And I've still got some blue, deep blue that I want to knit one for myself in. So that could end up on the needles this year.
Yeah.
But I'm just really loving this spring bloom shawl. Like, I don't want to put it down. I want to finish it and wear it, and then I will continue on with my gift knit. And I've got your shawl
your mojo's
and
back.
your hats.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so glad my mojo's back. I want to cast on that sweater, and then maybe a swancho poncho again. I've been looking at Caitlin Hunter patterns that I own, that I've been collecting, and I really want to knit something. I think, is that the angle that's in mohair? Boyland Knits. Might be the Engel. Yeah. She's got a mohair one there. Oh, who did the Sunset Highway? Is that Caitlin Hunter too?
That's her. That's her. That's hers too.
Sorry, I missed that, Liz.
I think that's a Caitlin Hunter pattern as well.
Yeah. I've seen it knit in fingering. It's a fingering sweater that I've seen knit up by a friend, and it looked gorgeous, but I'm hopeless with colour choices, so I would agonise over colours for so long, and that's probably why I haven't knit it. Perhaps I should just ask you girls to choose. If I got a tub out, I might ask you girls to choose what colours.
And you honestly think we'll agree?
Would be fun. No, we probably won't.
Might make it worse.
Into a little discussion.
Who does really good color work?
But that's okay.
Ask them to pick. Ask Laura, because she does all those lovely color work. She could help you pick good colors.
She does. Yeah, she does a lot of nice color work, and she does a lot of fingering and sort of smaller. Because of where she lives too, it's warm. So all her tams and things like that she makes, she's very clever.
Well, plus you
Yeah.
got those
I'm not
two
so
two
clever
little
with
boys.
colours.
I'm not.
I have the most stupid 2 skein and 1 skein collection in the world that I can't even like match together. They're all
I know.
really contrasting badly. Some speckles, some variegated, some tonals. I'm hopeless.
I bought a lot of sock yarn
Maybe
when
I
I
could do
first started knitting socks,
yeah,
and
but
so
none
there's a
of them
lot of
go with each
random.
other, right?
No, no, not really. So
Even
that's
I'm a
my
bit of a
problem.
purist. Like when I knit a shawl in multiple colours, I really want to use the same twist in the yarn. Like I would never put Sweet Mountains craft yarn with fibre lily fingering, like the fingering I've got. I want to keep it with the same twist and the same texture. But how silly is that? Because I could always throw in a mohair or a single ply and it would look lovely.
Yeah, well, that's what Stephen West always says. Just throw something in if you want.
Yeah.
Add
Stevie
a mohair.
baby. Yeah.
Did you see his sock thing? His mystery sock along?
Oh no, I've missed that. Was that during the week?
He just posted on it this week. It's a mystery sock knit along, where each week you get a clue that's like
Oh,
4 weeks of clues, and at the end you'll have 2 pairs of socks. And you can use, he has kits, or you can use your own scraps or semitonals, I think, or with a little bit of speckled,
oh,
but not like variegated or self-striping. So I don't know.
wow. No, I've missed so much. I honestly have been super, super busy. I have not stopped. I have not had a day at home to knit since we spoke last. I mean, this is all I've been knitting on besides frogging things. This is all I've been knitting on. And it's only just for an hour or so at night before I go to bed. But now I've got a few full days off. After I go home and feed Murray, I'm going to knit today and catch up. Oh, I watched Needles at the Ready podcast this week.
Yes, I
That one
did too.
landed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love watching those boys.
I
It
like
was really
them.
good. Who have you
Watch
watched
them
this
today.
week, Therese?
The naughty nitwits came back today, which was exciting. So I watched them. Love my girls. I'm so happy that Bob is doing well. As somebody who's had a husband that had heart surgery, I was very concerned about Bob, but he's doing good. That's good. So I love they're my girls. I love them. So there's been a lot of podcasts and there's been a lot of cast-ons and not cast-ons and oh, this is tragic. So yeah, we have all of our knitting alongs and hashtags and all of our stuff.
Yeah, Summer of Murder,
Mm.
Shark
Summer
Week.
Murder. Yep.
Shark Week's coming up,
Shark
which
Week.
should be fun. I haven't watched too many podcasts. I've been doing the true crime, trying to, because every time in our chat somebody keeps popping a new true crime show. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll add it to the list. There's so many. But there's a lot of crazy people out there.
There is.
Finding that
There
out.
is. So what are you working on, Liz? What is your
I'm back to my
Yeah.
DK weight cardigan, like my cropped one, but this is DK. And this is Super Glow Glow Stick from Sassy String Studio. And then the pink is from Potions.
Nice.
Because I needed a color not white next to my face because I'm so pale. And
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is going to be a long sleeve DK weight version of my cropped cardigan. And I'm just waiting to get out. My website provider is giving me a hard time with the payment processor. So I haven't been able to upload any patterns. So they're probably going to end up on Ravelry and Lovecrafts only for a while. I get that straightened out.
That's fine.
Yeah, so hopefully this week I'll get them out, and with the hat will be out, and the shawl will come out beginning of July, but test knitters will get it tomorrow. So Joe Bob will have it tomorrow to start knitting.
You, Joe Bob. Yeah.
Joe Bob can pick her colors to make her shark shawl. So
Yeah.
I'm sure she's got a mini skein or two hanging around and some yarn she could use fingering weight. But yeah.
I've got
So
plenty of fingering weight.
deciding what I'm going to do on Shark Week. I haven't decided if I'm going to go big or go home yet, so we'll see.
I'm
Depends on
going
what I
home.
feel like.
I'm going
I
home.
might try to do something crazy that I shouldn't be able to do in a week.
No.
But I don't know. Depends on what kind of mood I'm in when I start. I'm tempted to try and knit a t-shirt. DK weight though.
What? In a week?
It's in the round. It's just in the round, short sleeve.
Do that.
Yeah. DK weight. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And if I have to frog it, I have to frog it. But I figure I can stay up all night and watch shark shows and just knit.
We can do a
Jason Momoa is hosting.
Yeah. A knitathon. No. We can do a knitathon and go 24 hours.
Yeah.
No.
24 hours.
Some of us like to sleep.
Yeah.
Look, Jason Momoa is hosting Shark Week. I'm sure he's going to have his shirt off for a good part of the time. So there'll be something nice to look at on the TV screen.
That's a little tempting. Yeah.
So.
And
if you watched last year's episode,
Joe
it was
Bob's
Chris Hemsworth.
My last stand, the last 24 hours, I'll do a knitathon for all those people who are fearing that they're going to have to frog their stuff.
They don't want to have to admit to Anne they have to frog
evil. Anne is evil.
She is.
She's evil because she knows that we're going to participate. So, yeah. Just wait and see what she ends up doing.
I'm going to do a mermaid shawl in a hand spun because I'm a chicken. So it's at least DK or worsted or something. And so I'm going to do a mermaid shawl. And then after that, I have a test knit coming up for our little friend from Block Magazine.
Oh, that's right. You were, I saw that on the Discord.
I didn't sit on my hands this time. I told myself.
Yeah, but that shouldn't take you too long. That should be pretty quick, though.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a quick thing, and I have.
You have a couple months.
I have a yarn for it, and it'll be fine. And he's
got a couple months
until well, it's not going to be in Block until October, so I have.
Oh, so you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this new issue of Blocked is going to have all the details of Shark Week. So all Anne's evilness.
Can't wait for the next episode. Yeah, it's going to be so good. Yeah.
I'm thinking once we all decide, you're supposed to send her to her email a video or whatever, what you're going to do. I think we should decide when we're filming together and send it together what we're going to do to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it here. We'll do it here. That's proof enough. And
everybody's doing it. Yeah,
we'll do it here.
Or maybe we'll ask Anne if she
then
can join us that week.
Oh, okay. Are they going to hold a pity party for watching people frog their work as well and cry?
I don't know how that's going to work.
Be amazing.
I don't know how that's going to work. That's going to be tempting not to be one of those people. But we are one of the podcasts sponsoring it. So
yes, you don't want to
the stickers that go out.
Oh yeah,
we'll have our logo too. So that's exciting to be part of that with all our other friends for podcasting. So that's really exciting.
Very cool.
We've gotten some really nice comments from people too. I don't know. I don't know if she is.
Because I want a chicken sticker.
I think Chicken Lady is though, so there'll probably be something with
Chicken Lady, yeah, for sure.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
I love all the people that are involved with it. They're all, they're just amazing people. And I love the community or the fellowship. Gary says, "Oh, look at this! Oh.
Nice. Is that your breakfast today,
Joe?
Guess
how much?
Breakfast.
This is breakfast. This is after Karma passed away this morning. I stopped at the shop and got breakfast. Breakfast of Champions. Guess how much this one cost me?
Oh
I
boy.
have no idea.
$5.50.
Are you kidding?
Wait. That's New Zealand, though, right? Or
No, it's
us?
Australia.
No,
Or Australia, whatever.
$5.50.
It's an island.
All those Southern Hemisphere people.
Yeah.
You all look the same. You all look the same.
All you white people look the same.
All you Australians and Kiwis look the same.
Do
This
Kiwis
is my
call
breakfast.
people?
I haven't eaten today.
Do Kiwis call people palms too, or is that just an Aussie thing?
Do Kiwis do what?
Call people a palm because you use that term. So I was wondering if that's an Australian term or if that New Zealanders use it too.
I can't hear you, Liz. You're wobbling. Can you hear me? Clearly.
Yes. I said,
I'm sorry.
do New Zealanders use the word palm? Because you call people a palm sometimes.
Oh, Pom. I don't know. We'd have to ask Marie Busky that one because, yeah, whinging Pom. I don't know. I would imagine so.
I don't know.
Okay.
I was just curious because, with our English friends and we have different words that you guys use that we don't use, and then words that each of you don't use. So
And Pinkover would know.
Oh, she
Ask
knows.
Anne. She will know. Anne Pinkover.
She knows everything.
Yeah, because she's been to New Zealand.
I heard Anne Pinkova's couple of her political dudes in England may be running for office again.
Oh,
So that'll make her happy. Mr. Fox and Mr. Farage.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll make her happy.
Because Mr. Boris is fleeing like the little whatever that he is.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just had 3 mouthfuls, $2.75 worth of chocolate.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have another one. I'm starving.
Well, it's hot in my daughter's room. The air conditioning's not working in here.
I have the fan on. It's very cold here. It's like 60 degrees here. But that's okay. I have to tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. I don't know because medical people suck. So most of my knitting lately has been in emergency rooms and medical facilities. So I'm doing socks and I'm doing, usual stuff when you do in waiting rooms. Yeah. I'm at about 4 inches on my Murder Knits cardigan.
Yay.
Yeah. I don't know. I cast on a poncho in crochet, but that's going to sit for 3 months because I don't need it until October, maybe. So I'm just whatever. I'm just doing whatever. I'm trying to get by and just whatever.
Emergency room knitting, not fun, right?
Nope.
No, emergency room and doctor visits knitting is not fun. So it's usually socks and it's usually stockinette and just boring.
Yeah, but it helps bring your anxiety down though, because it keeps your hands moving. So it's good for you to keep your heart rate, keeps your heart rate down, so you're not, you can deal with what you're dealing with the sick person.
Yeah.
Don't need you both to have high blood pressure and heart rate and stuff. So
yeah,
that would not be good.
So who has future projects in mind?
I had some, but I don't know if I'm going to get to them this year or not.
Okay.
I think I might postpone them because I really, really, really want to learn brioche. And
Me
so I'm
too.
going to finish all the design commitments I have this year, and then I think I'm going to go into brioche. And I think it's going to be something that I dive in and want to keep doing. So I want to do it when I have time to actually, really learn how and make stuff. So,
When is that?
Mhm.
When do you
When you have
anticipate?
probably,
time.
yeah, probably after August,
Okay.
probably September, I should be
Okay.
done with all
Let me
the
know.
things I have
Yeah.
to get done. Maybe we'll see. There's
And
one thing I have to wait on the yarn
maybe I'll
for.
do that in adjacent to the Penguino.
Yeah, Guano Station.
Penguino Station. Ah, no.
Or you could make a fragmentation station.
I
You
have a
know,
bunch of hand spun for Penguino Station, so
Yep, me too.
okay.
well, haven't you guys
Not
been
not
saying for years you were
not
going to use your
spun
hand
by me.
spun for it?
We've been saying for 2 years now. Yeah.
You were going to make a hand spun penguano?
Yes.
Oh,
2 years. Yes.
this is going to be the year
Oh,
then.
I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get to it with all these knit-alongs happening.
No, we can do it in
Keeps
September
pushing it farther and
unless you come
farther
out with
away.
their Stephen West knit along
Unless,
for 3 years, 3 months, whatever.
yeah, you were the one who
Yes.
you derailed it last year because you did your Stephen West knit along, remember?
Right. 3 months of Stephen West. Yeah.
So good thing we like his patterns because it was fun.
Yeah.
It was
I
fun when
like
Joe
his
did
new
that.
socks. I like the new
I
socks.
do. I do. I'm not as crazy about the newest shawl, but I like some of the modular
Yeah.
shawls.
Yeah, but if you look at that in different colors, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the
Joe's
pink
frozen.
one, and yeah. So that's how it is, all of his stuff. You have to just put your own spin on the colors, and then it becomes a different thing. Where's Joe Bob?
She's frozen.
Tomorrowland. It's we're dead in Tomorrowland. Yeah.
That's great. She's already in the future.
Might not be good for us. Who knows?
Who knows? Now
Who
maybe
knows?
she's gonna come back in. Maybe she
She'll
had to
come
go
back.
back undercover, into witness protection. Who
Oh,
knows?
she's the Sydney Bristow of our knitting podcast.
There she is again.
I'm back.
There she is. Hi,
I'm
Sydney
We
back.
missed you.
Bristow.
We missed you on your brief.
It's
We didn't miss
okay.
that hat, but
I still got the
okay.
best.
Yeah, Therese didn't
Yeah,
miss
you
your hat at all, but she missed
We didn't
you.
miss
How's
your
that?
hat at all.
Hey, I don't like either one of your
perfect.
teams. My team was Northeastern team, and I didn't like either one of your teams. So there.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, but it's along the lines of zero given.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. How many teams has Philly? How many times have they won the Super Bowl?
What
Six.
am I going to knit? Okay.
Oh, we're talking about knitting. Okay.
Because
Here, I'm gonna knit a pair of socks out of this Killer Bees colorway. Yeah.
I believe they've only won it once.
Yeah.
Though I think
Okay.
Teresa's team has beaten mine.
We've beaten
I'm not ignoring you. I'm
everybody,
just
but
looking
that's
through
okay.
my Melanie Bird books.
Yeah, you have 2 more
I'm
wins than
looking
mine
for a
does.
future shawl.
Teresa's team has 2 more Super Bowls than my team does.
Yeah, that's the Ben Roethlisberger years.
We had the Manning years.
Joe Bob, love you.
She knows we love her.
Hey, Joe Bob, did you see your highway that crashed down today or yesterday or whatever? They're in Philadelphia, outside Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, the tanker truck thing.
I-95 just collapsed.
Yeah, tanker truck burnt.
Yeah.
And the freeway collapsed. It was crazy.
It's terrible. That's going to be a major problem.
Yeah.
That's a corridor that you don't mess around
Did
with.
you make her leave? Did you make her leave again?
She's like, I don't care about that highway.
She'll be back, I hope.
Don't be mean about my highway.
I'll have to tease her about her team, though, because they only have
No,
one Super Bowl win.
it's not her team. It's her highway.
Okay, are you back
I
again
keep
for good?
dropping out.
Is it the
I'm
weather there?
dropping out. Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, you're not in control of the
Sorry.
Wi-Fi, so it's not your fault. You're not in charge of the
weather.
Wi-Fi.
Climate change.
Well, maybe she is. I don't know.
Me. Oh, here we go. If you can hear me, I am experiencing technical difficulties.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. We can see you
And-
now.
Oh, you can hear me, and both of your pictures are frozen, which I should
You're not.
screenshot because it's bloody hilarious, but I won't. I won't be so
Thank you.
mean. Just this once.
Thank you. Well,
I did have a car just pull up
Bite your hat.
next to me at the park. Maybe they pinched my internet while I was sitting there having their break.
could be.
Now
They're like that.
off. Hopefully things will be little bit better. I'm just
Hopefully.
flicking through my Melanie Berg books, looking for a shawl that I might knit in this DK highlighter yellow and Lady Dye yarn. I'm just
You
looking.
want a two-color shawl,
each
right?
project.
You want a two-color shawl, right?
Sorry.
Color.
Yeah,
Two-color or three?
I would like two colours. I mean, I can always do more, but I haven't really got anything that goes with a smattering of pink and a smattering of orange.
Hey Joe, look at Kay Jones, her Ollivander shawl. Now it was
Kay
two
Jones.
colors. What?
Kay Jones.
Yes, of the Bakery Bears.
I watched a podcast last night. You know what I like about their podcast? I've decided. I'm going to say this in the politest way. The endy bits. That's what I like. The endy bits. Dan Jones. I just can't with you. I can't even. I actually watched their latest podcast last night, and then I thought, this is ridiculous. Why do I have an allergic reaction to Dan Jones? And then I went back and watched the first podcast. The very first podcast 9 years ago. They have been going strong, and within the first 5 minutes, I realised why I'm allergic to Dan Jones, and I turned it off, and I slept very well. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe you love watching them. Gosh.
Ooh. Okay.
Each to their own.
I'm not going to
Sorry,
comment.
sorry. I've had a traumatic morning, but no, you just prompted me to remember that's the last thing I watched last night before I fell asleep.
Sorry.
What's the shawl name? Sorry. Maybe I could make amends now.
It's the Ollivander shawl.
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah.
Maybe I can redeem myself after that comment, but I don't think so. I love her jelly roll blanket.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm going to make a shawl. I'm going to make a shawl out of that style of knitting.
Well, I like
Kay Jones. I like Kay Jones. I like Kay. Let me be positive and kind. I love Kay Jones. She's a sweetheart, and she's very clever.
She is.
She is beautiful. So let me be positive instead of judgy. But
my next project is going to be her beachcomber socks. And no, you don't. Nope. Oh, maybe.
Okay, now we can see it.
Yeah.
We can kind of see it. Yeah.
They're socks that have a cable, 2 cables down the front. I don't know. I might have to dye yarn for that or find. I mean, I like it in the sand colorway, but maybe I want blue for the ocean, or maybe I want white. I don't know. But yeah, I like those. And I know you don't you know what? It's okay.
I watch for her. I watch the whole podcast from
Okay.
beginning to end, their very last one that they did for her, because I really love
She's
her
amazing.
personality and how clever she is. But he grinds my gears. So I did. Honestly, Therese, I'm like, they've been around for 9 years.
No, it's
People
okay.
love their podcasts. They have
I do.
all their private productions, and Patreon is probably, their Patreon probably funds, they probably have enough people to fund buying a new speedboat. I mean, they're really, really popular. And I found the very first podcast and I watched 5 minutes and I went, go to bed.
That's
And I
okay.
turned it off.
That's okay.
We're all different. I mean, like, I love the Grocery Girls, and you don't. And I love watching them. When Tracy cries, I cry. When Jodie says something inappropriate, I laugh my ass off. She's my kind of girl. So we're all different with who we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. But you've given me some really good podcasts to watch lately. Cocktail Hour at the Coop, amazing. I'm like, I keep going back. Even though I'm subscribed, so I get notifications, I keep checking just in case. Like, please, girls, come back and talk to me. And Chevy Rell, oh my goodness, I talk back to her. She looks into the camera and talks to us, and I'm answering her like a nut job.
Yeah. Her dad just died
I love that
this
one.
week, and I'm so sad for her because her dad was on her podcast, and he was so amazing, and I'm so sad for her. You know, Chevis is so real, and she's so genuine, and she's just like us, you know, and she's ridiculous and she's crazy, and it's like, I'm like, yeah. And I've watched her whole thing. And so, yeah, there's so many people that are so real and that's what I like to watch. I don't like the production.
I like connecting with them.
Beautiful people.
I like, getting to know people and getting to see what they like and just connecting through the crafts and, similar experiences. And we might not all agree on everything, but we can enjoy the fact we all like to knit or crochet or weave or spin.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first started, before I started knitting, when I was crocheting, I watched knitting podcasts because at the time there weren't that many crochet podcasts.
Right.
And so I watched, and that's what got me into knitting. But I like the more real, not the heavily edited ones,
right?
Because this is who we are, and we just put out who we are, and this is how we talk to each other, and people either like it or they don't. So if you like it, we're grateful, and we're glad you like to watch us because we just enjoy spending time together, and since we can't hug each other in person, we do these podcasts so that we can see each other's faces.
I will say that this feels like an extension of our real lives because, what was it, Friday? I don't know what day it was. I was like, we have a Telegram group, and I was like, you know what, you guys, does anybody want to chat? And, and the people jumped on. It was Liz and whoever was available, and they're like, here for you. And okay, what do you need? What's going on? And I feel like this, like our podcast, like anybody want to jump in, and what do you want to talk about? And you want to talk about, because life is hard and life is good and life is easy and it's not. And, everybody has different experiences, and that's what we're all here for, to lift everybody up. And, okay, your life is good. Yay. And your life is bad. Oh, and, and that's what we're all here for, And
I mean, in our Telegram group, we've gone through a lot.
That keeps us together.
She's left us again.
Yeah. Well, she's in tomorrow, so who knows what's going on tomorrow. Might be the whole thing that, you don't know.
I don't know. We've been very lucky in our Telegram group. We've had people go through a lot of life, death, and everything else. And we've been lucky to have people who actually care about us, that we care about, that we can help them through it.
And it extends to Instagram and whatever. Because, like, I go on Instagram and the naughty nitwits. We have this going on. We have this going on. Okay, so then we support those people. And then other people say, I got this, I got that. And I think we have a whole community or fellowship, as Gary would say, and they all expand all different areas.
Yeah, it's not just the knitting. I mean,
And
the knitting
it's
might be
not
what brought us together to begin with, but it's expanded, and we have people in our group who are not knitters.
right.
They're knit worthy, but they're not
Right.
necessarily knitters, but they
Mhm.
put up with our knitting shenanigans, and we're very lucky to have them.
Well, that's why we
Yes.
talked about who we wanted to have as guests on the show. And of course, we want knitters, but we also want crocheters and art people and and people who don't even do any of it, but they appreciate it, And so we can have all kinds of people come on and say, hey, what do you want to talk about? What's your passion? What do you want? And we can all learn from those people. Maybe they don't do the fiber arts like we do, but maybe they do comic books, or maybe they do games, or maybe they do other stuff, and we can learn from them. Like I love it. However many years I am, we're still not talking
29.
about that.
29.
Yeah, we're all old. Okay, we're all old, but I still want to learn every day. If I can learn something every day until
Absolutely.
I die, that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, that's life, and we're lucky to have some people who
there's
support
so
us.
many people out there. Yeah,
we've got people we can vent to, people we can rant to, and people we can laugh with, and we're
cry
lucky.
with,
Cry with.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
And we've had friends who've had babies, so that's a joy, or grandbabies, and and that's brought a lot of joy. And
we're so
we are, and
I feel so blessed or lucky or whatever you want to call it, that we have this community, we have this fellowship of all the people who we're all the same. We're all same. Everybody is the same,
We don't judge.
Nobody's perfect. We're all different. If we were all the same, but if we were all similar and oh gosh, it'd be like talking to myself. Why? I like listening to your opinions. I like hearing about different beliefs and ideas. I love hearing about your sewing because I blow up sewing machines. I don't know how to stitch a straight line.
Oh, just wait.
I think it's great.
I'm
Look at these
design stash right now, and I'm like, just wait. Yeah.
Or our friends, when somebody masters a new knitting skill or crocheting skill, and they get excited, and we can be excited for them, and or they just make the most amazing project, and we get to be the first ones to see it, and before they post it on Instagram, whatever, they post it in our group, and it's really, we're blessed to have such talented people.
What about our girlfriend who hasn't been knitting for very long and she's mastered Selbu mittens? Just like, boom, done. And I'm sitting here with my book that I bought 3 years ago, and I haven't even read the book. And she is so focused on learning new skills. She's weaving, knitting, sewing project bags. I can't sew a straight line. I love our girlfriends. I wish they would all come and sit with us and knit. Yeah.
They're very inspiring.
Come and join us.
Yeah.
Super inspiring, but am I going to go out and learn how to sew at my age? No, probably not.
Yeah, you will.
I'm lazy.
Yeah, you will, because you're my age and I sew, and, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Make stuff.
It's true. We're always learning.
Make stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, if you saw the back of my camera right now, like, this is all the yarn. Not all. It's not. That's a lie. But anyway, there's all this fabric behind the camera because I love to sew. I love to make my clothes. I love to make, somebody says, oh, I like your top. Thanks. And sometimes I'll say, yeah, I made it. And sometimes I won't. because I'm just like,
You
okay,
should
do
every
you
time.
like what I made, And it's so
Yeah.
rewarding. And it's the same as knitting, it's the same as crocheting, it's the same as I made something. And the fact that you make your clothes that you wear. I have some tops and I made them, I don't know, 5 years ago. And so they faded when you wash them every day. And, they're not as good as they were, but I still love them because I made them. And they fit me. And they're just, and I didn't go to the store and buy them. And it probably cost me more than it would to buy it off the rack, but you get that same experience. You get that same satisfaction. I made this.
If the world were end tomorrow, you could make clothes.
Oh, hell yeah. I
can
make clothes. I can spin clothes. I can knit clothes. I can,
You can grow food. You can can food. You know what I mean? You've got a lot of skills, and it's fun to be proud of those skills. And wearing things you make is one way to be proud of your skills. Or making that baby blanket and seeing that, niece or nephew or whoever's baby wrapped up in that blanket, that it's such a good feeling.
Yeah.
We can provide for people in our world. So, my son's motorcycle's home.
What's that?
Well, my son's motorcycle just pulled in. I can hear the engine. Because it's an older one, so it's a bit loud.
Yeah, it's okay. He's home, and that's
the
good part. He's home.
Yes. His friend just bought a motorcycle the other day, and he went with him to pick it up at the dealership because his friend just got his license but had not done any street riding. So my son went with him and drove it back to his house for him. So he got to ride the new one. So it's the same exact bike as his. It's just 14 years newer. So.
Wow.
But they had fun. They went for a ride last night, so it's nice. He's got somebody he can do that
to ride with.
Yeah, who lives close, not on the other side of town. So he doesn't have to drive 45 minutes to get to his other friend's house. This one guy's 2 blocks away, so it's kind of nice. But, So, what else are we going to talk about? Any ideas?
I
haven't got any more movies planned to go to this week.
Go ahead. What?
No movies this week?
I haven't got any more movies planned to go watch. I'm just going to babysit Murray.
That's enough excitement, isn't it?
Murray.
Chasing after him.
Your new son. Yes.
My new grandchild. My only grandchild.
Oh, I thought of you the other day, Joe. I saw this thing somewhere about this bird that got a beak transplant, and it made me think of Roger. They had
poor
a
Roger.
Beak.
We don't talk about Roger yet. People need to know who Roger is.
We are actually, after Karma passed away this morning, Millie looked at Roger and said, I can't believe you're still with us. Because Roger's nearly 3 years old. In November, Roger will be 3 years old. And no,
Mom,
he's not one of...
Tell the people who Roger is. They don't know.
Okay. Try to make it a quick story.
Yeah.
Roger is a sulfur-crested cockatoo that we found all crumpled up, like his wing was twisted behind his back, and we found him all crumpled up in a paddock near our front gate. Now, we thought he'd had an accident or, that he was busted up. But when we quickly ran over to have a look at this busted up bird, he flipped his wing round the right way, and here we had this baby cockatoo who wouldn't have even been 3 months old. He had all his feathers, and he was a little fat fella, and we did a lot of research and found out that there could be 3 or 4 babies in a nest, and if there's any trouble or if the mum doesn't like one, they will push each other out. So we could not find Roger's parents or his siblings, and Roger lives inside with us. And he went really well. We raised him and taught him how to say rude words, as you do. He says lots of rude words. And Roger spent a lot of time with my daughter because December was our end of year summer holidays, vacation. So he spent about 2 months with Millie, of course, one of my daughters, in her bed, pooping everywhere, all over the house, learning to talk, learning to eat, and he would not fly. So Millie's even running around the house with him in her hands, zooming him along, trying to get him to fly. And he decided, no, thank you, because we wanted to rehabilitate him and put him back out.
Right.
Because nobody wants to step in bird shit.
No.
And trust me, you do not. And he'd be up on the lounge on my shoulder and he'd crap all over me. So we really thought the best thing to do would be to get him going, teach him to fly and set him free. And Roger does not want to fly. You mean not that I ever would, but I could throw him in the air like some idiot told me I should do. Thank you very much for that advice. Well, he would drop like a lead weight in the bottom of the river. So the first year he went really well, and then out of nowhere, his feathers started coming out. Mm-hmm. So his beak started overgrowing. Instead of a nice short, sharp little beak, he has a big long hooked beak which we have to keep trimming. He has I think it's called pistine disease. It's beak and feather disease, and it's really horrible amongst wild birds, and it can kill other birds. It's contagious to other birds but not to humans. So poor Roger has beak and feather disease. We have consulted vets without being able to take him to the vets because we don't want to spread his disease into veterinary surgeons, because people have budgerigars and canaries and parrots of all kinds going to the vet surgeries. So bit by bit over the last 12 months Roger's feathers have been coming out, and he's pulling them out as well. So anxiety, people think that birds can go on Xanax and stuff like that, but I would rather not do that. He's happy. He eats very, very well. He's a guts, actually. And, of course, now he looks like a bald chicken, like a completely plucked chicken on a supermarket shelf. So we can see his crop and his how he's going with his skin. He's very happy. He just is naked. He's bald. And birds with this pistine, whatever it's called, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it, murdered the whole disease. Birds with this beak and feather disease rarely live past 1 to 2 years of age. So that just goes to show you how happy Roger is, Roger the Dodger, the salad dodger. He walks around the house, he eats what he wants, he says what he wants, and he rules the coop. And he's lovely. And it was a bit sad when Millie turned to him this morning and said, "Oh, gosh, I can't believe you're still with us." Because that is, and I said to her, that is going to be, we will be traumatized when Roger leaves us. Yeah. Millie used to put a little puppy harness on him, like a cat harness, a tiny little cat harness, and take him walking outside. And we've got beautiful photos of him when he had his feathers and he was out by the bonfire one night and he's walking around during the day. She would just carry him everywhere and then put him down in the grass, away from the dogs, away from the cats, and away from the sheep. And he's just a lovely little happy guy. I mean, he screeches when he's cranky. He's like a toddler. He screeches and he says "mwah, mwah" for kisses. He also says the F-bomb and what the F-bomb. So you walk. Yeah, thank you, Val. Yeah. Thank you to my son who taught him what the. And he says it like that. So excuse my language, but
he's loud. He's very loud.
He's right in the middle of our living space. So and he's often out and about. And sometimes I walk around into my bedroom and here's Roger coming out from under my bed. And he looks up at me and goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Roger." And he listens to everybody's conversations. When Millie is singing, is it Morgan Wallen, the concert that I took her to this year? Okay, so Millie will be in her room, headphones on, singing her heart out. And I have to tell you, between just you, the two of you and me, and her singing is so bad. Her singing is like a cat being dragged through a bush backwards by its tail. It's horrible. But
That's
Roger
okay. But
starts
she's a
singing.
beautiful girl,
Roger,
so she doesn't need to be everything, you know.
but my son has a beautiful singing voice. When he
Okay.
starts singing in the car, it's amazing. When Millie
Okay.
starts singing, even Roger's just like, what? No, he copies her, and if he doesn't know the words, he just sort of does like me when I'm listening to the radio and I sing the wrong words. He just starts singing the same tune, and he's got a better singing voice than she has. He copies everything. You know, I walk in and go, hello. And so he'll catch you off guard. You'll be doing something and he'll go, hello. Oh my goodness. But
Does he still
so we
cuddle?
run, and I have knitted him clothes, and he refuses to put a coat on. He refuses.
Really?
So we have to make sure he's nice and warm in winter. Otherwise, he's going to freeze and fall off his perch. He has at the moment 2 little feathers on the top of his head, and I'm like, please don't pull them out. And he'll stand on one leg and grab at it just to piss me off.
Oh my God, you could
So
make him a
Robbie,
sweater in 10 minutes, Joe Bob.
he won't wear it. He will not.
Won't?
And I've tried with cloth. No, he will not.
My
Because
dog, both of
I
my
do
dogs
worry.
love their sweaters. So yeah, it's crazy.
He will
Does he,
not.
st-
I
does he
know
still cuddle
with
you?
this disease. Oh, he loves cuddles. He loves cuddles and getting under he'll get under a shawl or a scarf. But with the research that I've done, it says because the feathers are continually coming out whenever they grow, or now they're just not growing. He's bald. I have read that it's very painful for them because the skin's rough where they've plucked the feathers out. So to have fabric on that might be more painful than it's worth for him.
Okay.
Look, he's a happy soul. He's drinking, he's eating, he's part of the family, and he gets into every conversation. He can shut down an argument in 2 seconds flat because if you raise your voice, he'll start screeching. And we often talk back to him because, you know, I'll make a mistake and go, oh, geez, I've got to frog this. And out of nowhere, he'll just go, what the fuck? So it makes for lovely company. But we certainly never, ever wanted to have a bird in captivity like that, especially a wild bird. And they can live to be 50, 100 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So I never, ever wanted to keep him. Yeah. But he's kept us. We can't do anything except love him and look after him and keep him warm in winter and give him some sunshine. And that's what I think, because he is inside all the time, he probably doesn't get enough sunshine. But he's okay. He loves us, and we are worried. We're fully prepared that he might not live past this year. You know, we might find him fallen off his perch one night. But I can't imagine having a bald parrot for 50 years. People would, you know, and we certainly can't take him out in public because he looks like a chicken ready to roast. That's Roger.
I think people don't.
So they find me, these animals. I don't go looking for them. They find me, these animals.
Yeah.
Well, they find Millie.
Murray.
Millie seems to attract him now.
Yes, Millie. My daughter is the same way. My youngest, she's Dr. Doolittle. I mean, all the animals, she has to, you know, she is a turtle right now. She got when she was 8 years old. And she's now 34, and she still has, I don't know how old she is.
Well, yeah, but turtles can live
35
100 years.
Yes. Well, we didn't know that when we got him. Somebody probably should have said, hey, by the way, when you get this animal, you're going to have it for the rest of your life and your kids' lives and your grandkids' lives, you know. Yeah, she got it when she was 8. And
that's amazing.
38 now.
She's kept him alive. Wow.
And she's like torn because she's like, okay, I'm kind of over this, but I don't want to kill him. You know, like she's torn. You know, I get it. Yeah, it's crazy. So these animals, you don't know. Sometimes they Yeah. They live longer than you should or they should or,
Yeah. There's a
I
lot of
think that's
cockatoos
how
at the
parrots
park.
are. Yeah. Same. I'm sorry.
There's a, oh, no, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was just
No.
thinking sometimes when I go to my regular park, you can hear the cockatoos talking. Like they obviously were somebody's pets at one
Yeah.
stage and then have escaped. And we
Ooh.
never wanted to keep Roger. We wanted to teach him to fly and have him outside. And I've never seen a bird do it. He just refused to fly.
It's so amazing.
He's chosen you as his people, Joe. He's decided you're his
Well,
family, and he doesn't want to leave.
He was such a tiny babe. I mean, he was just such a baby. I mean, he had his feathers and he was a good little fat baby. So we didn't think he was sick in any way. I thought maybe mum had pushed him out of the nest or she was teaching him to fly and he landed badly. But he didn't have a broken wing. His wing was just sort of dislocated, I guess, at the back of him. And he righted himself when we went to pick him up. He fixed himself up and sat up and went, "Hello, take me back to the house."
And you did.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah, we did. And nearly 3 years later, here he is, ruling our life, telling us what to do. He's so bossy.
Too bad you can't take the leftover yarn from your shawl and make him a little scarf, and then you could match.
Right? That'd be amazing.
I often wonder if he'd like a little nest. And we've tried to put nesting things in there, but he just throws them around and makes a big mess. He's quite happy on his perch and he's got a really large cage inside, of course. My house is full of lamb's wee and bird poo and a cat who just is crazy. But anyway, that's okay.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
And the goat, when Millie brings the goat in sometimes, that's funny too when Rowan comes inside. He's a big boy now. He comes inside and makes himself at home. Millie just brings them in. I don't know about it till it's happened.
Millie's a Disney princess.
Lucky I don't have carpet.
The animals just follow her around like in Disney movies.
I'm so grateful I don't have carpet or anything but the concrete floor of the shed floor. So thank God.
But you know what? You have so much more. You have.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound
that's
like
nice.
weird or whatever.
But you've taught your kids to have such joy
to creatures, other creatures.
Yeah,
not just
and
humans.
You taught your kids that too.
You have a connection. That's what it's supposed to be. Nature and animals and humans all together. Oh, like that sounds.
And if anyone wants to start a betting pool, we can guess which will be the next type of animal that shows up at Joe's house for her to take in.
Oh yeah, right.
Could be another lamb, could be a goat. Who knows?
Who knows?
It won't be a snake.
Look, the first 10 years of my kids' life, they had everything, they with their own bedrooms and the house with the carpet and the air conditioning, and they had a big old house and a big old 3/4 of an acre yard. And no, the last 7 years we're completely off the grid, completely. No electricity, only the solar power. And if it's overcast like today, guess what, guys? No power tonight. Only water we have is rainwater or dam water. So we're completely off the grid, completely. And there's days where you can't start the washing machine because we don't have power, and you can't have a shower because we don't have the power or the gas. So it's been interesting. I didn't think the kids would enjoy it, but I know they have. It's been hard.
They've learned a lot. They've learned so much how to survive. Mm-hmm. We're going to probably have to end this soon because we keep losing Joe Bob.
Yeah, but this is...
If she comes back. If she makes it back this time.
Come on, Joe. You can do it. There she is. Oh, she's coming. She's coming.
Sorry, I keep dropping out. No, I'll have to go soon.
Yeah, yeah. But
you know what? There's nothing wrong with being off the grid, and sometimes everything doesn't work okay, because that was how it was for how many centuries, how many years, it's only in the last 30 years that we've had all these conveniences. So then you learn to do without or do something different, do something better,
Yep.
I'm sorry. My internet is really bad at the moment, girls, but I'll just sit here and knit for a while until I drop out again. If I do drop out again, I'll just have to say goodbye now.
Okay. Well, we should wrap it up soon anyway, because we're almost up on 2 hours again.
Again.
Wow, I know.
We have nothing to
talk
say.
a lot. I know we do, but we have nothing to say, but there's probably things we don't say because we're on camera.
We haven't. Oh, well.
Oh, 2 hours.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, I just saw that. 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours in your
I have to
mobile
go
office.
home and feed Murray.
Oh, yeah, you don't want him running around the house looking for food.
I hope the lamb and the cat are not sitting together on my knitting chair.
Oh, that'd be
that
so
would kill me. I would laugh my ass off.
Take a picture and send it.
I hope they're not fighting, Joe.
No.
That wouldn't be good.
No, the cat's pretty good. I mean, the cat keeps Roger company too. She goes up to sniff him and he tries to bite her face, and it's very cute. They're friends. She sleeps on top of his cage and he gets up there with his beak to have a little poke at her. I'm sure she thinks she's getting a scratch.
It's whatever works for them.
Oh, yeah, he chases her around when he's out of his cage. He chases the cat around. It's funny.
Probably good for the cat to get some exercise.
Plus to get his ego knocked down a peg or two.
Yeah.
No, he's the boss. He's the boss. So what, you got busy weeks coming up? Like, I've got 3 days to sit at home and knit. I'm really going to do nothing, and it's going to rain, so I won't be able to do my washing. The washing machine will take up too much power. It's overcast. So I'm not doing any laundry today. I'm just knitting. What are you girls planning for this week?
Well, I've got to get the patterns out and
to me,
to you, and then the other 2 patterns released. And
wow.
And I'm sure we have family stuff going on that I don't know about because it's Monday, and who knows how.
So a lot of computer work.
A lot of computer work. Yeah, that's going to be the next couple of days, and then deciding if I am going to go big or go home in the Shark Week thing, or if I should just make a shawl and call it a day. But we'll see. I might make a T-shirt. We'll see.
It's a lot of pressure, but you can make a T-shirt in a week, easy peasy.
That's what I'm thinking because it's all knitting in the round, so no purling. It'll go fast.
Yeah,
and it's DK weight. So
yeah,
so I'm thinking of doing that. Pretending I'm Tabitha and knitting a sweater in a week. You know how that is. She can knit 2 or 3 in a week. That girl knits so fast. It's unbelievable.
I don't know how she does it because she actually, unlike me, feeds her family, does all the laundry, all the cleaning, looks after the kids, has a little one at home, 2 girls off to school. I mean, I don't do any of that. No. And yet she out knits me. She must not sleep. Yeah. I think she's young and has all that energy to stay up for hours and hours while I'm snoring. Because she outdoes me.
Also knits really fast too. Like if you watch her knit,
but
she's a fast knitter.
She does not. She does not knit really fast.
Add up. It still doesn't add up.
68 stitches in a minute.
And it's still no.
Yeah, she's ahead of me. I need to practice before I go back get tested again the next time on the knitting wars because it's getting serious now. People wanting to move up that stitch board.
Yeah.
So
whatever.
I will never do that. I don't like knitting under people watching me like that under pressure.
That makes me
fast.
Screw up.
I'd rather relax and just zoom along.
Yep.
I can't. I'm not knitting for someone to time me.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun thing. I think they want to do crochet, so I can do that pretty fast. So we'll see.
Yeah, crochet is way faster, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I think up too much yarn.
I think because crochet, you don't look as much you can
No, you can do
more
more
crochet
field.
without looking, I think.
Yeah.
I don't-
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know.
dropping
I've
out,
seen them.
guys. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
All
My
right. Well, I think we
my
lost
internet
her.
is rubbish, so
Okay.
I'm going to go. Thank you for supporting me this morning when I was a little bit upset, but I feel so much better now. Thank you
Aw.
very much.
Love you,
Joe.
girls.
Joe.
Talk
But
to you later. Maybe we can
Oh,
chat later this week.
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
pretty sure Therese may need it at some point.
Oh, who, me? Oh,
Yeah, so it was fun. We're getting the hang of this, I think.
I think so.
Since we have no structure, we have no rules, and we have no organization,
No
it's working out really well
structure,
for us.
half the internet, no.
Yeah,
Okay,
it works
so
out pretty
your
well. We just talk.
no topics. Like,
Yeah, we're doing
I
pretty
didn't
good.
show
Thank
anything I
everybody
wrote.
who watches us. Anyone who watches us, we appreciate it. And if you're a return viewer, thank you. We
Yes.
appreciate it.
I don't know
Like and
why.
subscribe.
I have no idea why anybody watches us because I don't even want to watch me, but
Same
whatever.
reason we watch other podcasters, just to connect, I think. I think that's what it is, don't
I
you?
just think we're just, yeah, it's habit or something. I don't know. But I
Well, keep
appreciate
watching.
it. I do
Hopefully,
appreciate
in the next few episodes, we'll have some of our friends on. That'll be fun.
I
And some
want,
surprise guests.
we need
So that should be
everybody.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we'll look forward to. So, and everybody have a good week and
Have a great week. Have fun. Happy
knit,
other stuff.
crochet, spin, weave, whatever. Whatever
Like,
floats your boat.
subscribe, whatever. All that crap.
Exactly. Thanks for watching us. All right.
Bye.
I'm gonna end. Bye.